Yasharallah.
Shalom.
Shalom. Welcome to another class here with ISBHBK. We are located at 231 FM 1092, Stafford, Texas 77477. Class schedule and location and time. I guess schedule and time is the same. But I guess the class location and the days should all be on the screen. We got a school in Houston, of course. We're the ones in Houston. Our class schedule is Monday and Wednesdays from 7 to 9, Fridays from 6 to 8, Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2. And we got the school in Norfolk, Virginia, address 2610 Grammy Street, zip code 23517. Class times and days is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2. We got the school in Rochester, which is 1600 Lyell Ave, Suite 1A, Rochester, New York.
Lyell Ave.
Lyell Ave.
If you don't say it right, they're gonna get lost out there.
Address, zip code 14606. Class times and days the same as Virginia. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday from 10 a.m. about 2. We ask that you like, share, and subscribe to all the channels, of course, but especially that Rochester channel because they got to get to 1,000 views. That way they can
1,000 subscribers.
1,000 subscribers. That way they can do live streams, which would mean do their classes live. So Zion's out there holding it down. So again, it'll be greatly appreciated if you haven't already to go ahead and subscribe to that New York channel. Also, we got a school in San Antonio. The address out there is 4444 Walsall Road, Suite 201, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78218. We ask that you like, share, and subscribe to their channel as well. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that's out there doing the work, putting in for the truth. All the different schools. We give you a big shout out, man. Also, we ask that you like, share, and subscribe to the Blog Talk Radio. It's every Tuesday. It's not every Tuesday now. It's like they do it down there every day. And also like, share, and subscribe to the 5 Minutes of Wisdom from True Bible Show, Israelite Media Corps. Like, share, and subscribe to the kids class. We do it at 2 p.m. here in Houston every Sunday. So definitely like, share, and subscribe to that. As you can see, those are all the avenues. So many different avenues to get this word, take advantage of it. We got the subscription, $35 for a shirt, $75 for a shirt and a headband. I'm rocking one of the shirts right now. So, also, we do the Academy, Rochester every Monday, Houston every Tuesday, PA every Wednesday. So, if you'd like to contact any of the priests, their numbers is on the screen. Kazaka's number 757-300-4047. WhatsApp's number 303-557-8979. Of course, text only during class. We got the upcoming feast coming up, man. September the 26th will be the feast of Memorial Blowing the Trumpets. So, yeah. Memorial Blowing the Trumpets on September the 26th. So look out for that. If you'd like to give any donations, of course, you can send it to Wells Fargo. The donations is on the screen. So, and also if you like, we ask that you do support the business. The business is Sweet Ambiance, Chosen Creations, all that. So, yeah, with that, let's go for class.
Yeah. First of all, how's everybody feeling?
Wow.
Everybody good? Going through the day to day, like Paul, right? Fighting the good fight. Con or lie? Con.
Already.
They got getting sick back to school.
Yeah, part of the fight, right? Part of the battle. Sick and sometimes just sick and tired, right? Yeah. So I had went over a class last week about what? What was last week's Wednesday's class? Already forgot. But I ended it in a certain way to try to touch on this next topic. What was last week's?
Nature. It was Nature
Corrects.
Nature. Oh no, we went over the really. Oh yeah, right. We went over the drought. We went over the no rain, the drought, and really just I think I ended it talking about like what, like we're supposed to be trusting the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I want to talk today about. Go through a few scriptures just on, you know, what we confide in, who we confide in, what does it mean to confide or have confidence or trust in something? Like, what does it really mean? You know, and how can you see that you're putting your trust in the wrong things? So, go to Psalms. Before we go there, just, you know, and this could be basic answers, but what are some of the things that we're taught from an early age to trust in? Because let's be honest, nobody's telling us to trust in God, right? If we could take the Most High out of it, your family, you know, unless you were like some real like church going, you know, Christian, and they would kind of pump that, like, you gotta believe in God, baby, right? It would pump that mind, but really, even in that, with them not having the knowledge, what were they telling you to trust in? Right? So let's take that out and just what is it that we've been taught? What does our families push us towards?
Can I say one?
Yeah, you can definitely say one.
Education.
Right? We've been taught that education is the key.
Go to
Knowledge,
college, get a degree.
knowledge is power, right? The more knowledge you have, the more powerful you'll be in this society or any society. Now, black women got more degrees than anybody on the planet Earth. They got more degrees than, they got the doctorates, they got the MBAs from, I want to say the acronym, they got the MBA, give me a school with a 3, they got the MBA from HBU, from BYU, right?
Yes.
They got it from NYC, right? They got the MBA, the PhD from NYC, from TXU, right? Because they've been taught that that's going to be their strength, right? And not just black women. You know, a lot of people have been taught that. The more degrees I have, the more knowledgeable I become, the more I'll be able to survive in society, right? But didn't that backfire on a lot of people having too many degrees? They were overqualified for jobs. Like, oh, we can't hire you because your level of education requires a higher pay rate that we can't sustain. And there's no point in hiring you just for you to be looking for the next pay raise job. So a lot of people were denied for jobs or get denied for jobs because they're over, what is it? They're overqualified, overeducated, right? What else? So education,
It's crazy.
right? What else?
Trust in the government, trusting in
Right, trusting in the political system, the
Right.
government, right? Your vote counts, vote or die. Right, we can go through all them slogans from way back, right? You had all the rappers, remember? They had all the rappers and Eminem going in on the president and going in on, he was going in on Trump and this guy and that guy, but they pushed to our people that your vote counts, that we need your black and Hispanic vote. All to do what? Right, all to not fulfill the promises that they promised the black and Hispanic community. We're going to make sure we lower taxes for the poor and middle class, and we're going to make the rich pay, right? But they get all the tax breaks and loopholes. Come on, I just read a story. Jay-Z, Kanye, Tom Brady all got forgiven their PPP loans. Paycheck protection loans or whatever. Why does Tom Brady need a PPP loan? He ain't a business. He ain't a corporation, right? But they're millionaires. Kanye West is a billionaire. Jay-Z just bragged. Him, Ye, and Reeve, 3 billionaires. Bronze and Rock Boy, so that's 4. Billionaires come from the Hove camp, right? They bragging on their billionaire status, and they're getting these government loans forgiven while you got to do what? You can't even get a food stamp card. You make 2 pennies over the limit, and they're not having no sympathy on you. You can't get no type of assistance from this kingdom, right? What else? So government. What else? And we see with the government how it's doing what? It's imploding on itself, right? The devil. What does it say? A house divided against itself cannot stand. So the government, the political system, Democrat, Republican, it's showing its true colors, and it's starting to, just like every prominent society. If you look at one of the telltale signs of a decline, and the end of that society was that their political system started to eat each other. So the government, right? What else? What?
Just how you're speaking on, like, nothing that we probably trust in is money.
Right? Oh, ain't that the main thing? And they got it on the money.
Yeah.
In God we trust. Right? And they got it on the dough. Right? They got it on the $1 bill, right? In God we trust. They put all their trust in finance, being financially literate, right? Being able to manage money, being able to get money. The cash is king. These are the things that they pump. Because why is the whole reason why your parents tell you, boy, you got to go to school and you got to learn how to read and learn how to, so you can do what? So you can get a good job and make you some money, right? It's all about getting a good job and making money. They push you into these corners of college or choosing this career path based on the amount of finances and money that's attainable in that career path, right? Not caring about what you want to do with your spirit, not caring about where it's going to lead you mentally. Just chase that money, chase that bag, right? What else we got? What else? So we said education. Mm-hmm. Write these down because they're good ones. Education, money, and government, right? What else?
I guess people's physical ability.
Right. They tell you to trust in your physical abilities. You trust yourself. Right? There's many slogans, right? There's many slogans. Be all you can be. Nike got one. What's Nike's slogan? It's just do it.
Yeah.
Right? All these different slogans and monikers to push you into just believing in yourself. Team of me. Right? Army of one. Right? One man band. Lone wolf. Antisocial social club. YOLO. Get it how you live, like all these different things to show you and to tell you that it's about trusting in oneself, right? So trusting in yourself, which is a good one. What else? There's a few. You got money, right? What else is out there? Just think about what's out there that people are literally putting all the chips on.
Stock market,
money, finance, man, right? Putting it in their trust in other people, right? Putting all the chips on, all their happiness is contingent on this. If I'm a woman, my happiness is contingent on the boyfriend that I'm gonna get.
How much money he got.
Or how much money he got, or how much six packs he got, or how much he's in the gym, or what kind of car he got. Status, right? Or if I'm a man, my happiness is contingent on how many women I have around me, right? I gotta have a flock of dime pieces. Or if not, I'm unhappy. I'm depressed, right? I gotta have this type of person in this situation, or I ain't living. You ain't living if you ain't got a stable, right? If you ain't popping bottles in the club and 15 chicks you keep pouring the liquor and all that, right? What do you call it? Funnels, fountains? I don't know. Waterfalls.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing water, right? What else? So, man, what else?
The American dream.
The American dream, right? That white picket fence. That you said what?
2-story house.
2-story house.
2 kids.
2.5 kids and a dog. What is a 0.5 kid? An infant? Right? The 2.5 kids, the dog, the you got the sports car, the minivan, and the pickup truck. That type of sports car, minivan, SUV, pickup truck. You got all little levels of vehicle just in your four car garage, right? Living that dream, not having to worry about. Really, when you look at the American dream, it's really about. It's really supposed to be about stability.
Yeah.
and not having to worry about what the next man is worrying about, right? Which is, where am I going to get my next meal, right? Where am I going to get clean water? I mean, look at the cats in Mississippi. 33 days with dirty ass water, and they just now figured, like, hey, let's just put another pump in the damn water facility place to give them clean water. They just, after a month of people in the United States, but look what they did to Flint. They went what? How long has it been? Years? That water still looks like this ram's horn. Right? You better invest in a Berkey. So water filtration, right? But in an American city, the water is still brown like the River Jordan. But how is that the American dream? And what does that have to deal with? That has to deal with government, that false dream and trusting in man. Right? What else? Technology. Right? I'm going to trust in technology. That's going to be, and what was crazy was we were taught that young. Don't do the math problem, just get the calculator. That was our first technology, really. Get the Texas calculator, and you could knock out all types of weird equations without actually doing the math. Remember those?
Was the Texas calculator everywhere? It
Yeah,
wasn't just
yeah.
the Texas?
No, that calculator was everywhere, bro, in New York.
Damn.
That thick boy, the Texas Instrument, that boy was made here, but that thing was shipped all across the U.S. We all had it.
Yeah.
But when you hit a certain grade, you got it. You was like, yo, what is this? This thing is doing math problems I would never be able to fathom. Right?
Taxes?
Yeah, you said cheat on your taxes.
No, it's a file your taxes.
basically. But see, the point is, we were taught to trust in that. But then now, think about it. Sometimes when I use a pen, I'm like, dang, I haven't used a pen in so long. I forgot how to write. Because I'm so used to. Who in here knows how to mail a letter? With a stamp and everything. Got him. See? Yeah, mailing letters. I was listening to Shannon Sharp. He was talking about Shannon Sharp said he don't even know how to send emails. I'm like, damn, he just got direct deposit.
Really?
When he started working at Fox Sports 1. Yeah, that was like 2016.
Damn.
And before that, paper check, right? Everything was paper, showing up, face to face, interaction, all that technology. But they got a new technology out. You speak to the computer, right? And what it does, it pulls up a picture of what you're saying. So what it does, it creates art. So you might say, dog sitting on the moon with an ice cream cone. And what it does, it goes through this database of all these photos, the moon, dog, ice cream cone, and it blends it. And it would look like an artist's rendering of a painting. But what is that gonna do? What is that gonna take the place of? The actual artist, the actual art. They're gonna make art obsolete, right? The thinking mind of being able to think it and then make it come to fruition, that's gone because we got computers, we got automation, right? All that automation where you don't have to talk to a person to give your order at Wendy's or Whole Foods. You can just go to your phone, boop, 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 and then it's like, right? And then it's in your car. There's no more human interaction, right? So that's what that's taking the place of. So technology, that's a good one. What else? Oh, you got something?
Oh, no.
What else? Technology. Y'all said quite a few.
The big one.
What?
Religion.
Baby. Yeah, that's a huge one. That's a huge one. Idol worship, right? Trusting in idols, because that's all religion is idols and worshiping idols and false gods. So let's go to Psalms real quick. Let's deal with the riches. Let's just deal with some of the main ones that y'all said. Let's deal with the riches. Go to Psalms 20 and 7. If y'all got some online too, y'all can throw them out. What have we been taught as a society to trust in? Right? So read Psalms 20 and verse 7.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 20 and verse 7.
Right?
Some trust in chariots.
Right?
And some in horses.
Go ahead.
But we will remember the name of the Lord our God.
Yeah, see, we've been taught as a people to trust in different things. Some in horses, some in chariots, right? Some in riches, some in money, some in themselves. And as we go, we're going to just go through a few of these things that we've talked about, right? Go to Job 31 and verse 24. And, there's a reason why I want to go through these things that we've been taught to trust in, because once you find out what trust really is, you're going to really, 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 really be mad at yourself if you are one of the ones that's putting your trust in the things that we've named, right? So I want you to read Job 31 and verse 24.
Book of Job, chapter 31 and verse 24. If I have made gold my hope,
Right?
or have said to the fine gold, thou art my confidence.
Thou art my what?
My confidence.
Right, because you know how some cats are, they broke as hell. They ain't got no confidence. Right? As soon as them pockets get filled up, you can't wait till I get my money, right? Right? You can't tell me nothing. Right? But when them pockets is thin,
Humble.
humble and broke and poor, right? And meek. When you get a little dough in your pocket, right? You get a brand new little shoe, or you know what I'm saying, new little vehicle.
Fresh cut.
Yeah, you get a little haircut. You know how cats be acting, man. You get one little haircut. One little haircut, one little beard trim, and all of a sudden, right? Nobody can tell him nothing. You know how you should get that lipstick on. She went and got a little facial, got her nails did, right? Toes and feet, got the full set. $100. That's insane that it costs $100 to get your nails done.
Excuse me.
Right? But you get it done now all of a sudden. Because before it was like, don't look at my feet. Now all of a sudden you get, babe, look. Right? She wiggling her toes in front of you. Right? Because that confidence goes up. Read on.
Verse 25. If I rejoice because my wealth was great.
See that? Now think about the people that rejoice because their wealth is great. They go from dire straits to wealth is great. And they're rejoicing, man. They get a little bonus on the paycheck. They hit the little scratch off. You know what I'm saying? You might have hit the little lotto, got your little Powerball number called. Or you just got a new job, whatever it may be. But you rejoice because the wealth is great. You put the confidence in the gold and the fine gold. Go ahead.
And because mine hand had gotten much.
And because what?
My hand had gotten much.
And what does that tend to do? When your hand does the work, you tend to give your hand the what?
Credit.
The glory and the credit.
Oh.
My hand got much. I did that. I made me. We made us. Right? Nobody was with me.
That's why. Okay.
Was that?
I have a precept.
Let me finish this and then you can get it. Where you want to go?
Psalms 52 and verse 7.
Okay, you can pull it next. Go ahead.
If I had beheld the sun when it shined, or the moon walking in brightness,
Right?
and my heart hath been secretly enticed.
And my heart what?
Had been secretly
See,
enticed.
this one right here, this scripture right here hits the idol worship. I seen the moon and the sun. Oh, damn, let me find that out.
I didn't understand.
Now all of a sudden I'm idol worshiping. I'm enticed by the moon, the stars, right? Be not dismayed at the signs in heaven. So he's hitting a couple things in here. A man taking confidence in his own abilities, money, putting his thought of strength into the sun, the moon, the stars, right? Go ahead.
And walking in brightness,
Right?
and my heart hath been secretly enticed.
Go ahead.
Or my mouth hath kissed my hand.
Pause right there. Right? So Job hit it, man. Job hit it. Job was like, listen, if I have did these things, right? If I make gold my hope, fine gold, thou art my confidence. Think about it, man. You got people that, you forget about all the women that be trusting in their makeup. They can't leave the house. They said, I can't leave the house, so I put my face on. Like what? Or you got the ones, I've never been in this, but you got the ones that'll wake up before they man, put the makeup on, they'll never let him see her. Without the makeup, without the rollers in. It's like you wake up an hour before he does to get made up. You waking up, You wake up like they wake up in the movies. That doesn't make sense, but why is that the confidence or the thing that you trust in? Why don't you trust in the way the Most High made you? But why is that makeup industry so so big? You got Jay-Z said they pushing Fendi like it's fentanyl. Fendi is that makeup. Rihanna's makeup.
Oh.
That's her brand, and her thing is makeup. He said they pushing that like it's fentanyl. Damn. But it's real. They ain't even gotta push it. Chicks is lining up to buy out lip gloss and foundation and mascara and this because that's what they trust in. Right? So go from there. Go to Psalms. What did you want to go to?
I had Psalm chapter 52, verse 7.
It's on point, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, read it. Psalms what? 52 and 7.
Yes, sir. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength,
Right?
but trusted in the abundance of his riches,
Right?
and strengthened himself in his wickedness.
Right. So what type of man? Well, that's what we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through what type of man, right, is putting his trust in riches and makeup and vehicles and houses and like, oh, I ain't nobody till I get me a house. I got family. I got cousins. They've been married. I got one cousin. He's been married for like 7-8 years. This shit might be 10 now. And I'm like, dude, why you ain't got no kids yet? And it's like, oh, we gotta get a house first. So your whole life is contingent on a house, like having your own house. I'm like, so with the interest rates going all the way through the roof, you may never own. So you're not gonna have a kid and enjoy your life and fulfill some of those things that you want to fulfill based off of this thing that you're trusting is going to be some level of security. A house ain't a secure. A house is a damn. That's more of a liability than anything you could ever invest in. I don't understand what people are not seeing. Even in this day and age, and we've been talking about it and looking at houses and doing all that stuff. But the one thing I understand is that, wait a minute, this is a long-term commitment, right? That even though I own my own home, right? You don't really own anything in this world. There's no security in owning your own home, because at any time, what can the government that we trust in do? It's something called eminent domain. They can come snatch that up. Let a war break out, and they want to use that plot of land. Guess what? That house is now part of the government house. They can take it, right? They can do whatever they want. They have these things set in place, right? If you don't pay the taxes on that house, what happens? Even if you pay off the mortgage and you don't pay the taxes, that becomes a property of the state, right? That's a foreclosure or whatever the case may be. So, it's how you look at it's how you look at the things and how you go about it, right? Ain't nothing wrong with having a car. We always say car, job, money, clothes. Ain't nothing wrong with wearing makeup, right? Ain't nothing wrong with, there's definitely something wrong with church and the government. Religion and the government. There's something definitely wrong with trusting in that. But, there's nothing wrong with having money, having a vehicle, having a house. There's nothing wrong with these things, right? So where we at? Go from there. Go to Psalms 49 and verse 6.
If I can say what's wrong is when you make like these material possessions affect the way that you go about your life.
Yeah.
When you make it affect like you said, like I'm not gonna get a kid until I get a house. That's I get it. I understand the mentality behind it, but it's like.
Yeah, but then by the time you get that house and it's time for her to have that baby, here comes geriatric pregnancy. You
never
got a
know.
whole set of problems where you giving birth at an older age to a baby where now you might have some womb issues.
This is the thing, you just never know what can happen too. Like, okay, you go ahead and you get the kid, you get the house and then you get the kid and it's like, okay, now the relationship's over. So like, you never know.
Yeah.
So it's like the things that, it's nothing wrong with having like these things like you said, but it's like, it's just the way people will go about it.
Because I'm trusting that house is gonna keep my relationship sparkly.
Or what it is like your happiness
It's
is
contingent.
contingent
Yep.
on if you have this or if you don't have it. So if you don't have it, like your confidence, everything is contingent on this. Like he was talking about the makeup, like if you don't have no makeup, so what? Like you can't leave the house now?
Yep. You got
You see
women
what I'm
like
saying?
that. You got women like that. Like they won't leave the house.
Or like, damn, you can't see me because I don't have no makeup. It's like, it just shows. It shows what becomes your strength and what becomes your power.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, I don't look like this, so let me not leave the house. I'm not driving this, so nobody can see me. You can't see me driving this, or at least you got a car.
Yeah, I can't pull up because I'm not in the 2023.
Yeah, you can't come over because I live in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? But all y'all live in houses, but I live in an apartment, so yeah, you can't come over. Or yeah, don't let nobody know this is where I'm living at. You know, I'm just here for a little bit until I can, you know what I mean? So it's messed up the way.
Oh wow.
It's messed up, and that's what the world pushes, man. The world pushes for us to be like that, you know?
Yep. Where we at?
We are at Psalm chapter 49, verse 6.
49-6.
Yeah, read that.
They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches.
Right, because that's what the world is pushing right now, right? It's about your wealth. That's why every song is what? A cat sitting there with a bag of, like a thing of money like this. They just money to the air, right?
Right.
Who was it? One of these cats bought a Lamborghini for his woman.
Money back, y'all. Let's
Money
talk about
bag,
that.
yo, not a damn Lambo is in foreclosure. Or it's in our repo status.
Repo.
It's like, come on, dude, you spent all that money on what? And you got all that money, but then you can't pay the car note?
Oh, they broke up. That's what it was.
Oh, they broke up, so he stopped paying.
He had a repo.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was talking about this Monday in class, how they put that out there, and you would think that he just bought the car straight up
Straight
cash.
out. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like the same thing happened with Quavo and the chick that he broke up with,
Yep.
Sweetie, when he
Sweetie.
bought her a Bentley.
Yep.
So we looking and we thinking, oh, they flex so much money, they flex all this and that. Stop them from going straight.
Stop.
So they flex all that, and then you think that they did buy it
Hold on real
cash.
quick. Manasha, go that way. You gotta tell him, because. Go ahead.
Yeah, you think that they bought it cash, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's how they be
it's messed
moving.
up.
Like they got so much cash, they could buy the world at once. In one fell swipe of the black card, I can cop whatever I want, all the way paid off.
You see them getting on jets, and you think they own the jet.
They can't even barely afford the rocket fuel because it ain't their jet. They getting that money fronted, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of facade is being pushed out there on, the wealth and boasting this wealth. Listen, if y'all don't see what that's what America is contingent on right now. That's what they're hanging their hat on. Is like, how much wealth can you boast? How much can you floss? How much can you be frivolous with your spending? And if you're not able to, put the money in the little shooter, the little gun, and shoot it all around anywhere, forget about the strip club. You got cats that was just tossing. Remember they was spelling things out with the money.
Yeah.
Remember that what was that, the money challenge or something like that? What is it?
When they was going in the mall.
No, well they would be anywhere.
Yeah, their house.
They'd be spelling things out with their money, like spelling things on the floor with the money. They'd make like words out of all the money that they had, right? Or the phone, like money talk, putting the phone to the air, right? If you can't do those things, if you can't live like Drake and have, a 30 foot long marble countertop, it's like you ain't living life. I gotta boast about my wealth, right? So we know that y'all said it. Riches is a big thing. Wealth, what my hand can get me, right? There's one that y'all didn't name. Y'all named idols. What's that?
What about I was thinking one. What about weapons?
Oh, that's a good one.
Trust in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got a lot of men that trust in their weapon,
Trust in that sword.
right? I trust in that sword, but he said what? Live by the sword, you die by the sword. If that's what you're gonna hang your hat on, well, you gotta live by that. You have to now think about how many cats, man, they're armed and they still die. It's like, wait a minute. So you have to go pop the trunk? Niggas is still popping the trunks or not? I'm about to go pop the trunk.
I think
It's like,
they got it on
they got it on them, right? But then but then think about this.
Yeah.
Cause they got songs. I got it on me. right? Pop Smoke, King Von, like all these rappers talk about I got it on me. But then guess what? They ain't had it on them. Unless you got that shower, like they'll really rap. Like I got the shower up, the waterproof gat. Hop out the shower, splat, 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 right? Pop Smoke got in the shower, right? King Von got in the street. What's the dude's name? Duck. FBG Duck. He got shopping. He thought he could run to the white people neighborhood, and they busted his ass. Swear. Right there in the white neighborhood. They got him. Right? What's your other guy?
Man, MO3 on the freeway.
See what I'm saying? What's my Young Dolph? He tried to go get some cookies.
Yeah.
They lit him up. Right? It's but these dudes will be in Instagram with like 18 Dracos. You only got 2 fingers that can pull the. You only got 2 trigger fingers. Why do you need 18 guns? Right? I got it on me, but you don't got it on you in the time when you need it. You trust in it so much that you think that it's gonna pop from the hip, like RoboCop, and shoot for you. Hell nah. Unless you are RoboCop, you can't boast like that, right? Unless that gun pops out your thigh, bah! Right? Unless you're like the white man that can really trust in it and shoot from the hip, right? You ever watch them like when they really into their guns and they practice? Like you ever watch John Wick? Yeah. Now you know John Wick, the way if you watch that movie, the way he deals with the gun is how white people really deal with guns. Yeah, that's how he was trained by marksmen to shoot from the hip without even pulling the gun, not blink, shoot upside down, flip the gun, catch it, ba-ba, like, bro. Walk. You see how they do it, man? Real tactical. Walking, drop the clip. By the time that clip hits the ground, the gun's already reloaded. Yeah. That's not just movie stuff. That's how Esau be training because that's their blessing. How we gonna trust in the next man's blessing? You can't. You can't. That's why the gun. That's why that trusting in those weapons is killing us more than anything.
You know what the funny part is? The funny part is the way they like boast about it, but then like when they get shot or somebody around them gets shot, like you see like the hystericalness, like how bad like all that tough guy stuff now is
go out the door.
It's gone.
Yeah, like oh pull up, I'm over here. You know where I'm at, where my ops at, and then as soon as they be on live and then you hear and they start running. Yeah. What the one cat that got shot in his car in Cali, Indian, what's his name? Indian boy.
NBA Youngboy?
No, not NBA Youngboy. His name was like Indian boy.
Quando Rondo?
Not Quando Rondo. This bro, he's from Cali, and he was
Nipsey.
No, not Nipsey, but he was going against Nipsey. They say he defaced Nipsey Hussle's memorial. Man, he was sitting at the apartment and he was on live and they shot him. The dude shot him and then he was sitting there like begging for his life. But just hours later, he's on IG with 15 guns talking about, nigga, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Real tough. And then what happens? That bullet pierced him. Boom. You could tell it hit a lung because he was, right? I forget his name. but all his people saw that. The whimpering. The whole spirit, that tough guy, that tough guy spirit left him because bullets hurt. You can talk all that tough guy stuff, but then when them bullets sting you, that tough guy's out the window. Right? So weaponry, that's a good one. Don't you know that some people they literally trust in wickedness? They trust in negative things. Right? Yeah, there's idol worship, but they're just straight up wicked ass people, man. Watch, go to Isaiah 40 and verse. I want to go here. Let me see. Huh? Englewood.
The rapper that did Nipsey's memorial.
His name was what?
Englewood.
I think it was something like that. I forgot his name.
Richard. What's the other cat that got shot in that Beamer that was sitting? He was sitting parked in front of some store.
Man, a lot of cats. Listen, your guy, Boosie got shot. Sitting around somewhere, he got shot. Man, a lot of these. Rick Ross, remember he got ran off the road. He got shot. He got his Bentley shot up or his limo shot up. But the cat in the Beamer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
It was
sure.
a while back, about a couple years ago. I mean, they still making this XXX, Extension.
Oh yeah, Triple X. Yep.
Triple X.
Yep.
Yeah, Extension.
Let's go here because this didn't update. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. So let's deal with the idols because that is something that people definitely worship. So instead of wickedness, put down so riches, idols. We're gonna deal with these three: riches, idols, and man. So go to idols. Wisdom of Solomon 14:27.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 27.
Right.
For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
You see that? Go ahead.
For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies.
Right. talking about the ones that worship these idols. They be mad when they be married. Why? Because the idol ain't doing nothing for them. And then they got to act like, oh yeah, see, when I rub these two stones together, right? Whenever I'm feeling anxious and I get my two power stones together and rub them, then it puts a force field around me. Like, where? Right? Or when you take the sardis and you mix it with the zinc and then you take the diamond and then you wrap it all in a twine and wear it around your neck, guess what? Now, I got healing powers. Damn. Really? Okay. Well, heal something then. Go ahead.
Or live unjustly.
They do what?
Live unjustly.
Yeah, them idol worshipers, man, they live unjustly. They're not living by faith. They're living by what they've conjured up in their minds. Go ahead.
Or else lightly forswear themselves.
They do what?
Forswear themselves.
Yeah, because now they're putting themselves in these predicaments of basically I can, I got these abilities. I can do this. I can do that. My God this. My deity that. Go ahead.
For insomuch as their trust is in idols,
Right.
which have no life.
Which have what?
Which have no life.
I mean, how can you trust in something that's dead? It's like, I'm going to put all my trust in this pen. Oh, we forgot about that. The power of the pen. Ain't that what the white man, right? Contracts and holding you accountable to his word. The power of the pen. Go ahead.
Though they swear falsely.
They what?
They swear falsely.
Go ahead.
Yet they look not to be hurt.
Go ahead.
Howbeit, for both causes shall they be justly punished.
Right. So they swear falsely, but they look not to be hurt. They talk all that negative, right? They swear falsely, but they don't want no harm to come to them. I'm going to rub my stones together. I got my prayer beads because I'm going to do a 50 Hail Marys and, St. Peter is going to protect me. St. Paul, right, is gonna hold me down. St. Mary, she got me. The patron saints, right? They swear falsely, but they're not looking for that harm. Go from there. So we know that idol worship is big, and we can go through all the idols, man. We can go through all that talk of idol worship and how our people put that trust in religions, right? And they put their trust in religious ideas and the things that stem from religion, like Christmas. Like, oh, I ain't doing Christmas. You ain't doing Christmas? What type of person are you? It's like, you're not a person if you don't do Christmas. What type of person are you if you're not celebrating Thanksgiving? Right? If you're not St. Patty's Day. Right?
Yeah.
So if you don't trust in these things that stem from these religions, it's an issue. Go to Psalms 118 and 8.
Psalm chapter 118, verse 8.
Right?
It is better to trust in the Lord
Go ahead.
than to put confidence in man.
You see that? It's better to trust in the Lord than put confidence in man. Go ahead.
It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes.
Right, and this is what we have to understand. That goes into the government and I'm gonna vote for this judge and this magistrate, and you know, you get pulled over. Oh, my friends are cops, so I know I got a sheriff on you know, I got a sheriff's card that I know my dad is a sheriff. So get out the car, right? Yeah, he said it's better to put the trust in the Most High. Your dad being a sheriff, what that got to do with agree with that adversary quickly? Because a lot of people, think about it, they put so much trust in who they know that they think that that's the okay to be out of pocket with another person. Well, I can be out of pocket with you because I know such and such. Such and such is going to get me out of this jam. But that gives me the open door to do what? Talk crazy to you. Right? I mean, we watch it. We've seen it. My dad's a judge. So, you still about to get this ticket?
I'll have your bag.
I'll have your bag. Yeah, I'll have I pay your salary. Okay. You're still about to get this citation. So you trusted in the laws of the land more than what the Most High said, which was what? Agree with the adversary quickly. Shut the hell up, give him your paperwork, and make it home. Right?
Is that?
You said what?
I'll say as simple as that.
Yeah, as simple as that. Go from there. Go to Psalms 146 and 3. And really, we just talked about idols. Now we're talking about man. And I'm just going through these small little points to show you that. What does the scripture say? What does the scripture say about trusting in idols, man, money, right? So read Psalms 146 and verse 3.
Psalm chapter 146, verse 3.
Right?
Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help.
Right, and this is not talking about the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai. This is talking about man. Right? It's not talking about the Son of Man of like Yahweh Shai, Son of Man.
Right.
It's talking about just man, princes and the Son of Man. Go ahead.
His breath goeth forth.
His what?
His breath goeth forth.
His what?
His breath goeth forth.
Go ahead.
He returneth to his earth.
Yeah, bro. When the Most High is ready for that man that you trust in, and he's ready to take back his spirit, he said that breath, that spirit go back forth. And he goes back to the dirt. He turns into compost. Go ahead.
And that very day his thoughts perish.
You see that? So, because think about it, when you're trusting in a man, or when you trust in man, really what are you trusting in? What is it about that man? Is it not his ideas, his thoughts, his way of doing things? But it said when that man's gone, that's why it kills me when you got cats, bro, talking about this man is the voice of God, and if you're not in this camp with this man, I seen one. I gotta say this one. This one is hilarious. I gotta say it, cause Zach sent me this picture. Watch this. Kazak sent us this picture last Saturday. This is what cats be posting on Facebook. Check this out. So they put it on Facebook. I'm gonna talk about it because Negroes are retarded. If you're not in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, the Lord does not hear your prayers. So the Most High ain't hearing nobody else's prayers in the whole entire planet, except for one school.
Where's that in the Bible?
Oh, they'll make it work. I've seen it. They twist them scriptures, bro. They twist them scriptures to fit that narrative. So nasty. It's retarded if you ain't got to really know the Bible even to understand it, but, they can make that out. Elijah could break that down and say, nah, that don't even make no damn sense. Right? But what is that? Man trusting in man. Talking about this man is the voice of God, and without this man, this couldn't happen. And it only happens under this man. But ain't the Most High giving that man that power? Right? Now we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Right? So from there, go to Proverbs 28 and 5. Because you said something about trusting in your own abilities. I'm just giving like a few scriptures lightly, 1 or 2 scriptures on these different points. So trusting in your own abilities, right? Proverbs 28:5.
Proverbs chapter 28,
And
verse
20
5.
and 25. 28 and 25, I'm sorry.
28, 25.
Right?
He that is of a proud heart
Right?
stirred up strife,
Right?
but he that putteth his trust in the Most High shall be made fat.
So there's a reason why I'm going here. Because it's telling you that a proud man stirs up strife. Right? Go ahead.
He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Is a what?
Fool.
Right. So a proud man is no different than one that trusts in himself. So pride. Right? Pride is what? What is the definition of pride? Who knows it just off the top of their head? What is pride? Pride is an inflated outlook on one's ego. Pride is when you put yourself and measure yourself above measure. Right? It's ego. My ego comes first. My abilities. I'm great at everything. And if you tell me I'm not, I'm going to be pissed off and contentious.
It says egotism,
Uh-huh.
self-admiration, self-love, self-importance, haughtiness.
But it's not self-love on that level of self-love. Let me nurture myself. Let me give myself the right things. It's a blown out of proportion self-love that, you know, I love. It's not that I'm doing things to show myself love. It's that I love myself greater than anything. I come first.
It's like it's self-obsession.
Yeah. You're self-absorbed, right? You're obsessed with oneself. And again, it's just a overblowing, and really what it is that's a form of idol worship. Because now you're the God.
Yeah.
Now you're on the pedestal. You're pedestalizing. What you got?
Pride. A feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements.
See that? You're deeply satisfied with your own achievements. Even if your achievements ain't that great. You don't see that because self-absorbed. Go ahead, finish that up.
But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Right, so somebody look up the word confidence. Because we've been talking about, man, what have we been taught to put our trust, our confidence? What have we been taught to confide in? So look up that word confidence for me real quick. And I got a definition. What you got? What?
Confidence, belief in the powers, trustworthiness, or reliability of a person or thing.
Right.
Belief in oneself and one's power or abilities.
Right. So belief in one's powers or abilities. So confidence, when you go and look at these definitions, it really is. It kind of sways you into thinking that confidence is about solely how well you perform or how able you are at something, right? And it is, because there's certain things you have to be confident in to be able to perform. What you got?
The feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something.
Right.
Firm trust.
Firm trust. I like that one. I'm gonna read what I got. Trust, reliance to one's own abilities or fortune. Right, that's what I wanted. That in which trust is placed. Ground of trust, he or that which supports. So confidence is not just in one's ability, but it's also where you place your trust. I have confidence that when I sit behind this table and lay my books on it, the table won't fall. I trust that in this table. But I have confidence in this table. I have confidence that he'll handle his abilities his duties as an officer. Right? I have confidence that y'all are taking notes. Right? Like, I'm putting my trust in those things. right? So there's two ways to look at confidence. How much do you put on yourself, and how much do you put in other things, right? So y'all understand confidence? Check this out. Safety or assurance of safety. Security. Right? But then you have boldness and courage. So you see how confidence has these two definitions depending on which way you're going with it? Right? But we're always taught that confidence in what? Ourselves, right? You gotta be confident. You gotta be confident. Man, go get them chicks. You gotta be confident. Just walk up to her. Shoot your shot. Right? Shoot your shot. Have the confidence. Right? But we're never really taught the proper things to put our confidence in, because what does it go back to? Well, your confidence should lie in your in the amount of degrees you have, or in the type of job you have, or in the amount of bank account you have, or in how many hours you put into the gym, or what type of vehicle you drive, or how you dress. I'm only confident when I got a new pair of J's, right? We're taught to put the confidence in all the wrong things. So go from there, I want you to look up the definition of confide. Confide.
Confide. To trust.
Right.
To rely on.
With
a persuasion of faithfulness.
What?
Persuasion of faithfulness.
So now this is bringing in a level of faith. A persuasion of faithfulness. What has persuaded you to put your faith or to confide in this one thing? Like, why do guys know that they can confide in their money to get women? Well, because they've been persuaded, they've seen what? That when you walk around with money, women want to flock to that, right? And why do women put confidence or confide in the BBL? Not all, 'cause everybody ain't got one, right? Or the makeup, or the physical attribute, their physical attributes. Well, I'm gonna put confidence in this crop top, so my cleavage can pop out. Why? Well, because they know what? They've been persuaded that if I walk around with my cleavage out, somebody's gonna get attached. I'm gonna catch somebody. Right? So there's a persuasion there, and then there's a faith attached to it. Y'all see that? But the more I'm persuaded, the more faithful I am. Right? The more that I'm persuaded and I get the result, the more faithful I am. Think about it. So that my confidence will build in a certain area. So now you see why certain people, they're just overly confident in one thing. Because they've been persuaded, they've got the result. So now I'm gonna just keep feeding that to keep getting that result. You see that? Go ahead.
Or veracity in the person trusted, or of reality of a fact to give credit to,
right?
Believe in.
To give credit to believe in. Go ahead.
With assurance followed by in.
Right. Go down to where it says confide again. It says to trust.
Okay. To entrust, to commit to the charge of with a belief.
It says to commit to the charge of. Think about that. When you put when you confide in someone, think about it. When they say, "Oh, you can confide in me," a lot of times people go because they need counsel. They're confiding in a person for some type of counsel or some type of direction. So are you not putting your trust or committing yourself to their charge? Y'all see that? So you're so really it's to confide in something is a handing over of yourself to that thing. Wow. Y'all see that? You literally handing over your mind and the direction that you're gonna go in to whatever you confide in. Go ahead. What else?
With a belief in the fidelity of a person entrusted.
Fidelity is faithfulness. So I'm going to confide in you with a level of me believing that you're going to be faithful with my well-being. Go ahead.
To deliver into possession of another.
Right. So let's see here. Credit, belief, assurance, followed by imprints. Right. To deliver into the possession of another. So when you confide in something, whatever you confide in, you're delivering yourself into the possession of that thing, right? So think about it. Well, I confide in my woman. You've just now delivered yourself into her possession.
Damn.
Now let's just think about that. Who's supposed to possess who? Who's supposed to be whose possession? And if the roles are flipped, then now you know why things are out of order, right? So what else? Go ahead.
Possession of another with assurance of safekeeping.
Now there is a level of that, right, where we do confide in our wives for a level of safekeeping. Remember in Proverbs, what does it say? His heart shall safely trust in her. Pillar of death, right? Tower against death, right? So there is a level of that. There is a level. There's a real thin line, right?
Yeah.
There's a real thin line. But think about it. If you confide in it, all of a sudden she's using the information against you, or using it against you. There's no safekeeping. So you confide in the wrong things. Go ahead.
Or a good management followed by two.
Right.
We confide a secret to a friend. The prince confides a negotiation to his envoy. The common interests of the United States are confided to the Congress.
Right. So y'all see that, right? The confidence and to confide. The confidence is your ability, but then what you commit your trust to be able to keep you in safety. The confiding is, again, the same thing. It just went more in depth, but what you give yourself into the possession of. For what? For faithfulness and fidelity. Now think about it. If we've been taught to trust in our degrees, and we went through it, you got a lot of people that trusted in those doctorates and degrees, and they couldn't even get a job in the field or out the field, overqualified. You were taught, you know what? When you grow up, get you a good man, right? Have a family. Because we've been taught that family is where we are supposed to commit our trust to and confide in, right? But then think about it. You went about it, but you weren't shown the right way to go about setting up your family. So you can't trust in that, because look at all the broken homes we got. Money, we all broke, right? We all broke. Your bank account can't be your safety. You need a safety for the safety, right? You need 3-4 accounts to try to back up the one. Let me go to my other account. You know what I'm saying? I got to Zelle myself. Hey, don't Zelle me because I'm negative, right? But where's the safety in that, right? So the money ain't gonna be the safety, but think about it. Think about it on this level. Think about what you have been told to commit yourself over to. Think about what you've been taught to allow to possess you. It's real. We've been taught to let these things possess us in a way of, again, if the money ain't there, I can't move a certain way. I can't, my mind state, I'm ruined. I'm depressed, right? If I don't have the certain type of woman or the certain type of man, I'm depressed, right? Or I'm constantly searching, right? If I don't have the certain type of vehicle, if I don't have the certain type of house, I'm constantly searching. You know those people that are constantly searching? It's like, what you looking for? You got everything. You got that, and they say what? You got the house, you got the car, you got the woman. right? But how come they're constantly searching if those things are the safety? If the woman is really, if having a rib is really the safety, then why you need more than one? Right? Why do you need more than one? Why did the eyes, you're constantly looking around like, damn, can she be the one? Can she? Right? Why are you constantly looking for another? If that's supposed to be the safety, or the children, or the house, or all these things that when you look at it, the wife can leave you, the money goes, the vehicle, right? You got to maintain it for it to run. The house, you got to maintain it for it to be livable. So all these things that we've been taught to commit ourselves over to, they're just liabilities, right? I'm not calling the ribs liabilities. I'm talking more cars, house, things like that. They're liabilities. They're the things that you got to give yourself to it for it to work for you. Y'all see that? So, again, we've never been taught these things. Go to Isaiah 31 and verse 2.
The book of Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 2.
Right, go ahead.
Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers.
You see that? We've never been taught that the Most High is not a renegade. He's not like the boyfriend you had that promised you the whole world, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all he did was take your EBT card and borrow gas money every week. He wasn't like, we're not taught that the Most High is not like the woman you got with that was creeping, sneaky linking on you, right? It wasn't like the vehicle that was breaking down. The Most High is not like the house and you spend all that money for it and the foundation is moving. It says that what? Read it one more time from the top.
Yet he also is wise.
Right.
And will bring evil.
Go ahead.
And will not call back his words.
See, he don't call back his words. Read.
But will arise against the house of the evildoers.
See, we weren't taught that, wait a minute, to eradicate evil. It wasn't about hopping in bed with a woman or a man. It wasn't about giving yourself over to a blunt. That wasn't the confidence. Or giving yourself over to the bottle. Or giving yourself, I just want to be loved. Let me have a bunch of children. Ooh. Oh, you know what? My lawyer. That's who's going to bring me, that's who's going to deliver me in this situation. The lawyer, the court system. You got brothers dealing with court cases and baby mama crazy drama, right? And they thinking that, man, why is the lawyer not able to do this? Well, because he can't do a damn thing. That's why. The lawyer, you got your faith in the wrong place. You've committed your trust in the wrong place. You got too much contingent on this man and forget it. Wait a minute. What about the puppet master that's up in the heavens with his fingers moving that man? Right? We're not acknowledging the puppet master, who is the Most High, right? We're forgetting that it's his word. What does his word say? Trust in me and I'll cleave unto me and I'll cleave unto you. That's what his word says, right? Go ahead.
And against the help of them that work iniquity.
You see that? He's against the help. The ones that help to work iniquity. Go ahead.
Now the Egyptians are men.
He said what?
The Egyptians are men.
Go ahead.
And not God.
Mm-hmm.
And their horses flesh and not spirit.
Uh-huh.
When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping,
uh-huh,
shall fall down.
Yeah, and these are the things that we're not taught at an early age, that we can't trust in the chariots and the horses and the flesh, but it got to be all the spiritual things, right?
Yeah.
Where you at?
The bottom of verse 3.
Go ahead.
And they all shall fail together.
So we're not taught that the Most High is not a failure. Have I said it and not done it? The Most High is not a man that he should what? That he should lie or repent. Right, go to Jeremiah 17 and verse 5. Y'all know this one.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Right? See, we're not taught that. Wait a minute. It's a curse to trust in man and to let man be your happiness and to let man be your deliverer. Why? Because flesh fails, man. Man, I just wasn't on my A game today. but we trusted you, LeBron. Man, I thought I was making the right play and I passed it. Well, we trusted that you was going to take that shot because you're the man of the team. Right? We put our trust in you. Put my trust in the court. Lawyer, I put my trust in you. Wife, I put my trust in you that you were going to be faithful. Well, you can't make a whole housewife. Right? Babe, I trusted you that you was going to pay the rent money and not. You can't give a drug dealer your paycheck. He's on that, let me get that, I'll get it back to you next week. Well, rent's due in 2 days, next week. You can't trust in that. Why? Well, because we talked about this persuasion, right? Why do you trust in it? Because you've seen the result. And just because it was a bad thing with a good result, don't mean that you were supposed to trust in it. And that's the problem a lot of the times. We see a bad thing happen, but there's a good result that comes from it. And we're like, oh yeah, see, that's the way to go. Take the paycheck and flip it. Take the paycheck and flip it. Take the paycheck and flip it. But then what happens is, take the paycheck, oh damn, couldn't flip it this time. Homeless. Ooh, couldn't flip it this time. No food, couldn't flip it this time. Car repo, right? We look at the result of a thing when it's good and we always discount or take away the negativity from it. But that's the part that man brings. Where you at?
Second to last precept.
Finish it.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Right?
And whose heart departeth from the Most High.
Right. Go ahead.
For he shall be like the hearth in the desert.
Right.
And shall not see when good cometh.
See that? You ain't going to be able to see when good comes. Go ahead.
But shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness. Mm-hmm. And a salt land, and not inhabited.
Go to Psalms 33 and 16. Psalms 33 and verse 16. Shimon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 16. There is no king saved by the multitude of an host.
See that? Ain't no king ever saved by the multitude of his hosts. No matter how big his army was. Read on.
A mighty man is not delivered by much strength.
Go ahead.
And horse is a vain thing for safety.
You see that? Oh, he said a horse is a vain thing for safety. Some trust in horses. Some trust in chariots. But he said that's a vain thing to trust in. I think on the way up here, I just seen a horse get hit by a car. Really? Right by the house. You know they got that horse farm? Damn. I think the horse ran into the car, man. That dude, the whole front of the car. I mean, it was a horse and the car. And the dude was looking at his horse, like examining the horse. Bro, the truck didn't stand a chance though. Unless something else happened and the dude swerved, I don't know. But on the way up here, right by the house, you know them dudes where they ride the horses, Judah? Yeah, bro. But what happened if that truck would have hit that horse and broke? You know, think about this. When a horse's leg breaks, what do they do with that horse? Bro, take him out to pasture. He's no good for nothing. Can't carry no weight. He can't run fast. If that horse is lucky, they retire him and breed him for his good genes.
They kill him right there too.
But a lot of times they kill him right then and there because the pain and what that horse is going through, you can't fix that. I've only seen 1 or 2 horses rehab from a broken foot, from a broken leg. But usually, come on. That horse is no good. They turn him into glue. Right? But just think about this though. Think about how people will put their whole livelihood on that horse running and winning a race. Just for it to break his leg because the soil was too soft that it was running. And they go broke. He said, A horse is a vain thing. Go ahead. But think about your vehicle. Think about your house, your clothes, your money, right? Those things are vain. Why are they vain? Why did he say man is vain? Surely by nature all men are vain. You know why we're vain? You know why those things are vain? Because they come and go just like this. Man is constantly dying and populating back on the earth, right? Think about how many things you constantly lose and then get back. To the point it is vain. Because to be able to lose something or give something up and then just get it right back. And then get it right back better. Or get it right back more. Get it back faster. Right? Mm-hmm. There's no real value to that. Like a vehicle ain't got no real value. Really? If the earth stopped right now, what value would a vehicle have? Besides a quick little shelter. If the earth stopped, there's no gas. What value does a vehicle have if you can't go nowhere? You might be able to, again, use it for shelter, right? Shelter in place. But what value does it have? That would be one of the first things that just sat there and rusted out. Right? So the vehicles, the clothes, all these things that people are literally, ain't they dying out there for these things? Aren't niggas killing each other over clothes? Aren't they? Y'all don't see them. They doing it in New York a lot. Running into the Louis spot, running into the Chanel spot. Why? Because the rappers is Dior. The young kids ain't got it. Well, I know where to go get it. Right? We're going to go to the Dior store, walk in, and run out with all the bags, all the jeans. So they're killing over these things, but that's what's being pushed out there that as if it's something of value. Y'all see that? Where you at?
Verse 17.
Go ahead.
Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
Read.
Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
What verse you at?
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
Upon them that hope in his mercy.
Go ahead.
To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
Yeah, man. The eye of the Most High. He said that the eye of the Most High is upon them that fear him, not the ones that's doomsday prepping. You know what I'm saying? If you go on YouTube now, that's all you see is doomsday prep. Doomsday prepping because of the inflation and the water shortage, and everybody's prepping for this like total fallout of America. But who are going to be the ones that really make it through if that does happen? Who's going to be really the ones? Well, the ones that the Most High is already looking at. Not the ones that's looking to their own going and not trying to give him any of the credit. You see that? Not the ones that's trying to provide it for themselves solely. Look what I did. I prepped. I got 33,000 cans of food prepped in a closet. I got 15 water jugs. Right? I got the 16,000 gallon tank, the 20,000 gallon tank. I'm good. For how long? For how long until that runs out and then you got to go do what? Have faith or go find water? What do we have to do in the wilderness? We have to have faith. We have to do both, right? Faith without works is dead. But see, the world is geared towards more one or the other. I'm going to put in the work but not believe in the Most High that gave me the ability. Or I'm going to believe and not do no damn work because the Most High is supposed to just drop it in my lap. Faith without works is dead. So the world is geared towards one way or the other, where we got to know how to be in the middle. Right? Put in the work, but have the belief in the Most High and understand who's giving me the ability to do the work. Whatever it is I put in my hand to. Right? And that's very important. Read on.
Verse 20. Our soul waited for the Most High.
He does what?
Our soul waited for the Most High.
Go ahead.
He is our help and our shield.
And you know, why do a lot of people just in the truth fail? Why do a lot of people in the truth, when they walk into this wisdom, why do they fail? Well, because they're not waiting on the Most High to literally bring the things that's needed to them, what are they looking at? They're looking at what they want. Right? A lot of the times we look at what we want and not really what is needful. Because think about it. If I put in front of you veggies or dessert, I think I said this the other day, if I put veggies or dessert, what you gonna choose?
Dessert.
Hell yeah. He's eating cheesecakes all day. Me, I'm eating all types of soft cakes. Right? I don't know what your favorite dessert is. I like soft cakes and cookies. Pound cake, right? 11 pound cake, right? What's the one? Muffins? What's the muffins that I like? Lemon poppy seed. Oh, baby, right? Hell yeah. I love those. Little black coffee and I'm in there, right? Veggies. Hell no. I'm not taking the broccoli, right? But as a person that knows how important veggies are for you, you still gonna choose what you want and what tastes good and what looks good. You're not gonna choose what's needed for the body, right? So, lemon poppy. Read on. Where we at?
Verse 21. For our heart shall rejoice in him.
No, that's it on that. But Isaiah 40 and 28. So the things that we haven't been shown, the thing that we haven't been shown to rely on is the Most High in all situations. Remember, He brought you here. And when I say He brought you here, meaning wisdom walked with you through your crooked paths. Right? And even in your worst estate, the Most High was there in a way still preserving you to get to this point in the knowledge, to get through the things you went through. Some of us been through some real whack, bad situations in the world before the knowledge. But guess what? Most High was there too, right? And he somehow maneuvered you away from the clutches of death to be able to tell that story, to be able to make a different path, right? So why would we not wait on Him? Well, I hate waiting, right? I hate waiting. I want to bring it forth myself. I want to make this thing happen because why? Don't you all have the ability? Don't we all have the ability to make something happen? So we think. We don't got the ability to make anything happen. It's not in our ability to make anything happen. It's supposed to be more in our ability to sit back and wait and let the Most High make things happen. But just go back. Go back into the Rolodex and just look at the situations where you could literally say, damn, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have went that way. I shouldn't have went with him. I shouldn't have went with her. I shouldn't have pulled up. I shouldn't have got this. I shouldn't have got that. Because it was I that wanted it, right? How do you know? Well, because the way things turned out. Anything that the Most High got for you is not going to turn out crappy. You're not going to have a regret behind it. Just think about all the regrets we have. And then you go back and say, well, damn, my decision making, right? My pursuit of that thing wasn't what I should have did. I should have sat back and just waited. Let the Most High uncover all the pitfalls. Let Him uncover the blessings. Let Him, where should I? Let Him flat the path. Let Him make straight the way, right? Let Him flat the path and make straight the way. But a lot of the times we're trying to make the path ourselves, and that's where a lot of the failures happen, right? So where you at?
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 28.
Right?
Hast thou not known?
No, we don't know. This right here we don't know because we ain't been taught. Go ahead.
Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth.
No. Well, the Big Bang created the earth. No, there was no God that created the earth. It disappeared.
the everlasting God,
Uh-huh.
the Lord,
Right.
the creator of the ends of the earth,
Go ahead.
fainteth not.
No, well, who's God's dad? Right? Who's the Most High's father? Wait, the Bible says he fainted not. Well, how come when I was in a bad situation, he wasn't there for me? No, he was there. He was definitely there. And he was there for you. Right? But your own arm tried to deliver you. So he had to let you feel that. Surely the Lord will do nothing. Right? He's going to let you go through what you got to go through. Right? There's a way that seemeth right unto a man. So guess what that man does? You follow that way. You follow that path, hoping for what? Good. Then when good don't come, see, God don't love me. Wait, what? I don't want to believe. I don't need to believe in him. He ain't got my back. Yeah, he does. But the rebellion, the stubbornness, the lack of waiting, the lack of patience, putting the confidence in the wrong things is now where you're challenging the Most High's ability to not faint. Where, think about it, all the other things in your life fainted. The car rusted away, the man, he got upset and left, the girl, she cheated and left, the kids, they got old and left. Everything leaves. You gave them all that wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and guess what they did? I'm going to go be a faggot. Right? I mean, who in here taught their kid to be gay? Nobody. But why do they choose things like that? Or why will they? Y'all all, everybody got the choice, right? You pump all that wisdom, all that family. See, we are family. Into your children, offer them to what? I hate family. I don't never want kids. I don't never want this. I don't never want that. You gave them all these things in life and try to provide better for them, all for them to make what? Worse decisions. Yeah. Right? We had the one bro, there was one bro that we know. Dad's a pastor, mom's a what? I don't know. But seemingly they gave him a decent life, upbringing. And he's young, and what does he do? In and out of rehab. Not even 20 years old yet. In and out of rehab. Alcohol, this, drugs, this, that. It's like, wait a minute. Why did you choose that? Because he decided to put his trust in something other than the Most High. But think about when the drugs fail you. Because they fail you. Right? They stop getting you as high as you. Then your liver starts to fail, kidney starts to fail, that starts to fail, this starts to fail. Your mind starts to fail. Why? Because you committed yourself over to the opioids, the pills, the weed, the alcohol. Right? Think about that. People that commit themselves to drinking on a level of, the level of now, there's many mistakes that come from that. The drinking failed you. The clothing, it fails because you gain weight and it gets too tight. Right? Or they just got you out here looking like a damn woman. And you're a man. Like, it's all gonna fail us. That's what we gotta understand. It doesn't matter what man can create and come up with, it's going to fail. It doesn't matter what logic, it doesn't matter what wisdom, it doesn't matter what fashion, it doesn't matter what God, what idol, it doesn't matter what vehicle, it doesn't matter. It's going to fail, it's going to break. It's gonna break. At some point, it might go for a while, but it's gonna break. But the Most High, haven't you not heard? He don't faint. Go ahead.
Neither is weary.
Mm-hmm.
There is no searching of his understanding.
Yeah, he ain't tired. He ain't weary. Right? You're not just gonna, see, got him. I know the Most High's dad. He's up there, over there in Sector 12. You know what I'm saying? Upper column B of the atmosphere. Hell nah. There's no searching out the Most High to the fullest of, now I just get it, now I got him. I can pinpoint his existence, his start, his end. I'm going to tell you when the Most High is going to die. I'm going to tell you when he's going to fail. You tripping. Have you not heard? But no, see, we haven't. We haven't because we haven't been taught that put your trust in the omnipotent one. Put your trust in something that will never fail you. But we got to be doing something though. That's the thing. We want to be not fail, but you can't put on somebody don't fail me, but then you're the failure. We want the Most High to always be there for us and to always work for us. And in those moments, detrimental, to always give us the outcome that we feel is right. Right? I want to get the judgment in my favor. But what's the problem with that? Well, it said there's no searching out of his understanding, right? What if the judgment not going in your favor is really it going in your favor? You ever think about that? What if the loss wasn't really a loss but a gain? What if the gain wasn't really a gain but it was more of a hindrance? See, again, it goes to man and what man is trying to do and what man is trying to rely on and not seeing the logic and wisdom of the Most High. All gain ain't gain. Right? And all loss ain't loss. And all bad judgments ain't really bad judgment. Toward, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Sometimes the game is a longer game than what you can see right in front of your face. And there's a lot of moves that the Most High done made. He's playing chess. And he's already at checkmate. You barely even got your pieces on the board. He already checkmated. He already got you at mate. And you still trying to line your little pieces up and figure out, where does the horse go? How does the horse move? Right? You trying to play checkers, the Most High already got the game won. But what is he saying though? Here, I'm going to show you how to win. Just follow my move. So when I send that out, the pawn out, send your pawn out. Boom. Just follow me. When I send my bishop, you send your. When I send my rook, you send your rook. Right? Well, you're like, nah, I want my king to move. My king. That nigga's the man. And he's like, no, don't move the king. Don't do that. You move the king, checkmate. And then you're like, see, but you should have just listened and followed. And not trust. Because the chess experts, right, the little 5-year-old chess expert, he was like, well, if you move the king 2 spaces up and then 3 spaces to the left, and you follow man. The Most High is leading and guiding the whole chessboard. He knows the game in and out, all the pieces. Go ahead.
He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength.
Go ahead.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary.
So you put your trust in the youth, in your youth, because ain't that what we did, man? I wish I was young. Man, when I was younger, I was able to lift vehicles over the top of my head and run through walls. Right? But he said even the youth lose their strength because we do. We get old. Go ahead.
And the young man shall utterly fall.
Read.
But they that wait upon the Lord,
right,
shall renew their strength.
See, you hear this theme of waiting on the Most High to renew yourself. Right? You can't keep moving and get the recharge. It's like, when you, certain things you try to plug it in and use it and it just keeps dying. But you got to sit it down, let it get the charge, come back, and then when it gets a nice little charge, then you can use it. Some phones are like that, where, like Apple, when it goes dead, and you plug it in, you got to wait for that Apple sign to come back on. You can't use it straight away. You got to let that thing charge up, and then you can come back. That's like us, though. It's like you need to be charged up. You need to get that spirit put in you. When you steadily moving, trying to add things to yourself, trying to make that decision and that decision based off what? Based off the things that we can do anyway, that took your strength. Because ain't that how we make decisions? I don't want to be hurt again. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut everybody out. Damn, really? Okay, so you're going to shut out the good and the bad. I get it. Okay, I'm ready for love now. I'm ready. I'm open to everything. And you just You absorb everything because you ain't got no damn filter. See, I'm mad again. I'm hurt. I'm not taking anybody, right? And you block out all the good, all the bad, all the good. I'm ready again. And then, why? Because there's no filter. There's no wisdom on how to make these decisions, how to go about things. Because we're not plugging into the plug. Go ahead.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
Right.
They shall run.
Right.
And not be weary.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Show me how your vehicle didn't make you weary. Your woman, your house, those things, bro, they're a weariness of the mind. Because then you gotta, like my damn maintenance light came on and I'm like, oh my God, again? That was just an oil change, but still, who the hell got time for that? I got time to go to no oil change? I don't got time for that, right? I don't want to have to do that. I want a vehicle that changes its own oil. Or drives itself. Yeah, like, think about it. You got the car, you all, and you like too tired to drive. Right? The house, things start leaking and fall. You're like, oh my God, really? I gotta fix this. I gotta put time into it. I gotta put maintenance. But think about it. If you have to put maintenance into it, can it break? So now you gotta ask yourself, is it worth it? We don't gotta put maintenance into the Most High. He's our maintenance. That's the difference. Right? Where you at?
Last precept.
Right?
And they shall walk and not faint.
Right. Go from there. Go to Isaiah 47 and verse 10. See, the problem is that anything else that we put our trust or that we confide in, anything else other than the Most High, it's going to remove you off of the path. And that's what we got to realize. Anything we confide in is going to remove us from the path. Anything other than the Most High. Go to Isaiah. What did I say?
47 verse 10.
Right, read that.
Isaiah chapter 47 verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Yeah, what?
Trusted in thy wickedness.
Yeah, because you got people that do trust in their wickedness. But think about it. The idol worship. All these other things. They could become wicked. Right? They can become wicked because now if they're on that pedestal, if you're idolizing the woman, the car, the house, the money, yourself, your abilities, they'll become wicked. They'll become self-centered. Go ahead.
Thou hast said, none seeth me.
Read.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee.
It have what?
Perverted thee.
Wait, what?
Perverted thee.
Yeah. See, that's what happens. There's a perversion. There's a perversion that starts to happen, and now you're perverted from the first path that you were on. Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Right. Right. What verse you at?
Verse 11.
Right. Go from there. You can read verse 11.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Wait, what will happen?
Evil come upon thee.
And that's why evil comes, man. Because the things that we trust in start to pervert us. And evil is lurking right around the corner ready to take hold. Sin and negative. Right? It said a proud man is contentious. He trusts in himself. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the ways there are death, right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Right.
And mischief shall fall upon thee.
Right.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Right.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Yeah, y'all see that? Sudden desolation that's hard to put off. Why? Well, because I keep putting the Most High off. Right? Go to go to Ecclesiasticus 2. 2 and 10. Was it 2 and 10? Yep, read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old,
Right.
and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, and was confounded?
See, the confounding comes from the wickedness that we trust in. Trusting in man, trusting in flesh. That's where that comes in. Right? You're confounded. Didn't it say something about In Isaiah, didn't it say something about there shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence? You'll be confounded. Right? It said it's going to come upon you suddenly. But look at anybody that trusted in the Most High and the sudden evil hit them. Besides Job. Right? But we know what that Job was about. Go ahead.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
No, we know that. No one abided in the Most High's fear in that respect, in that fear to keep his commands, and was confounded or forsaken. Was that it?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Nobody. Even us. You called, and guess what? You're here. You prayed, and guess what? You're here. The Most High never failed you because you're here. We're all here with the opportunity to do what? Not repeat the wrongs and make a better path. Go from there, go to Mark 7 and 21.
Mark chapter 7 verse 21.
Okay.
For from within, out of the heart of men,
Right.
proceed evil thoughts.
Go ahead.
Adultery.
Right.
Fornication.
Right.
Murders.
See, why did I go here? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. So what does that wickedness bring forth? Well, it brings forth these things. When you trust in that mind, when you trust in yourself, this is what comes forth out of it. It says the heart is what? Deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Right? But what comes from that? Go ahead.
Thefts.
Right?
Covetousness.
Right?
Wickedness.
Right?
Deceit.
Yeah, man, deceit. We get deceived. You think that flesh is going to help you. You think that man or that woman or that lawyer or that officer or who you know is going to be your salvation. Read.
Lasciviousness.
Read.
An evil eye.
Go ahead.
Blasphemy.
Right.
Pride.
What?
Pride.
Uh-huh.
Foolishness.
Right.
All these evil things come from within.
Right.
And defile the man.
See, and that's the perversion. These are the things that pervert us. Go to Ecclesiasticus 3 and 24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 24.
Go ahead.
For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
See that you see that deceit, that deception, that confounding? It says many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Where does that come from? The mind, your thoughts. Go ahead.
And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment.
You see that? So again, that perversion is there. So what is it that we got to understand? Well, first of all, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? We all had something in common, each and every one of us. From the youngest to the oldest, there's something that we all have in common. It's one attribute. What got us in these seats? What got you coming back to class? What is it? Is it not your faith? Your belief? Right? It's your faith. Your faith is what is keeping you holding on. Right? It's the one thing that you're literally hanging your hat on. Even when things look bad and you're like, man, I just want to give up. Right? Tired. It's rough. Then you got to tell yourself, nah, I got to have faith. I got to keep pushing. It's gonna be better. Right? You give yourself, or I should say we gave ourselves over and we let faith guide us, right? Because that's what a spiritual person does. When all things look bleak, a spiritual person is going to say, nah, I know it looks a certain way, but I got to move in faith. Right? So go to Galatians real quick. Go to Galatians 3 and verse 3.
Galatians chapter 3 verse 3. Are ye so foolish?
Right?
having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh?
Yeah, like how do we begin in the Spirit and be guided and invest and let faith be the thing we give ourselves over to, just to give ourselves over in the long run to the flesh anyway? Does that make sense? But isn't that what happens? When you fall into your weakness, when you fall into your mind, when you let your mind take hold, aren't you giving yourself back over to the thing that you had to run from anyway? Yeah. The thing that you were taught to invest in, you ran from that. You got better, you got strong, right? You got that battery plugged in of spirit. But then what happens? You let that battery run low, and now you're like, oh damn, I'm gonna go back to the thinking, the negative thinking, or the thinking on the wrong things, or giving myself to too much of this or too much of that. I ain't gonna study no more. I'm about to study these Netflix shows. All these new movies is coming out. I got this to watch. I got that to watch. I got this music to listen to. I got this to listen to. I got this novel to read, and that over here to read, and that over here to give myself to. But you began doing what? Spirit, studying every night, right? Chapter, writing down notes, this, that, right? Doing that spiritual exercise. But you can't think that you're going to be made perfect going back into the flesh. It just ain't going to happen. Putting your trust. Because what is it? Isn't it just us getting comfortable? I'm comfortable now. I'm good. Most High, He done gave me the ability to fight through my problems. Yeah, for a moment. But then suddenly, when them things start to hit, and you don't have the ability to foresee, because your foresight ain't that good no more, right? Foreseeing the evil is, you didn't practice it, so it's not that good, and you start getting it hit. Then what? Now you got to get back in the spirit, right? Now you got to give yourself back to the spiritual things, but we should never leave the spirit. We should never stop trusting in the spiritual things. Sometimes it's better to trust in what you can't see. I always say it. Who can see the air they breathe? And you trust and believe that every time them lungs is going to fill up and you're going to, right? Or do you, damn, I can't see the air, so I can't leave the house today. Or yeah,
It's not windy.
let me hold my breath. I don't know when the next batch of air is going to come. Nobody's living like that. The thing you can't see, you trust the most in. But even in a carnal sense, think about it. We so carnal. That's why He said, are you not carnal? Are you not carnal, man? Damn. Think about it. Think about how much faith we put into the air. You don't even think about breathing. You don't even think about breathing. Just think about it. Who? And breathe. And breathe. Nobody's doing that, right? You just living life. When you run, your breathing speeds up. When you start running, your breathing slows down. When your heart rate goes up, you breathe more to get more oxygen. Right? Your body is just autopilot on air, but you can't see it. But you can't see the Most High, but you're not autopilot on Him. Meaning, you're not daily just giving yourself daily on top of the spiritual things without, hey, did you study? Hey, did you study? Hey, brother, you gotta, hey, the word, the body, the wisdom, the brothers, the camp, your family, right? You gotta constantly be, hey, come on, let's go. Jump on my back, brother. Come on, I'm gonna run. Fireman carry. I got you. Right? Oh, I'm tired now. Let me drop you. Oh, you ready? Come on, up. Right? Up. I got you. Right? Oh, look, grab my coattails. Come on, look. Oh, let's lock arms. Let's do it. Right? I know that was extra. But there's a constant that, right? But you're not constantly reminding yourself, breathe. You can't see the breath, but you can't see faith. You can't see brotherhood. You can't see joy, peace until what? You start to do it and live it and trust in those things for it to bring something out, right? Right. So where you at?
Verse 4.
No. Go from there. Go to Romans. So what is the Most High? What is it that the Most High? See, the thing is, we got to look at what the Most High is pleased with and what He wants from us. It's simple. Go to Romans 8:5.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5.
Right?
For they that are after the flesh
Right?
do mind the things of the flesh.
Right. You're always going to have your mind on those fleshly things. You're always going to be committing your trust and committing yourself over to the ability to either attain or the ability for those things to carry you through life. Go ahead.
But they that are after the Spirit,
Right?
the things of the Spirit.
Right. So you're going to try to attain those things on a daily. Read.
For to be carnally minded is death,
Right?
but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Somebody else give me Hebrews 10:35. Read on.
Verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High.
Right. You're against the Most High in the carnal mind. We know that. Read on.
For it is not subject to the law of the Most High.
And this is why all those calamities and delusions and deceit and harm and all these things come. Because we're set at adversary with the Most High and His logic. Go ahead.
Neither indeed can be.
Right?
So that they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High.
So go to Hebrews 10:35.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence.
So what does it mean by casting away your confidence? Because with all the things that we went through, can you really cast away your confidence? Or is it really that you're putting your confidence, you're casting it into the wrong things? So by definition, what should our confidence be? What do you, when you cast away your confidence, what are you putting away? What are you tossing? What?
Your faith in the Most High.
Okay, you're right. Your faith in the Most High. Give me some more. What are you saying you no longer need or you no longer want? What?
His protection.
Right. Safety. Peace. Because all the other things ain't going to bring that, right? So what you're saying is that you no longer want to commit your well-being to the Father. That you rather commit your well-being or what you think is safety, right, to something fictitious and vain, something that actually, just think about it. Like when you read in Wisdom of Solomon, he talks about the man that creates idols and putting his trust in dead wood, that he got to prop up and paint and make it look good. Does that even make sense? Like, how can I put my trust in something that I got to iron? And I gotta make it, I gotta get the wrinkles out of it, and I gotta wash it, and I gotta sew it, and I gotta this, and I gotta maintain it. Why would I put my trust in that? It just doesn't make sense. It's backwards. That thing should be happy that you're wearing it, right? My clothes should be happy that it's on my body, right? That car should be happy that I'm sitting inside of it and driving it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that house should be happy that I'm a righteous man living in it. That's how your mind should be. Right? That the Most High gave us the ability to get these things. But we like, oh man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy, man, look, I'm happy to have this. I'm happy for this. I'm happy for that. Man, these clothes, see, now I'm a man. You weren't the man before that? Of course you were. You were a law-abiding citizen with or without the gear, without the car, without the clothes, without the woman, without the man, without the kids, without the pride, right? Go ahead.
Which have great recompense of reward.
Yeah, the reward is if I commit myself to you, you will most definitely keep me in safety. Even if it may not look like it. Even if it may look like, damn, it's dark down here. Why you gotta be walking down this road? But I got you. The recompense of reward is great. Go ahead.
For ye have need of patience.
Wait, he said do what?
Ye have need of patience.
Like we've been reading, but just wait on the Lord. Just wait for a moment. Just pause. pause your body, pause your mind. Stop thinking of ways to do it on your own, and just fall back. Just wait. Have patience. Go ahead.
That after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise.
And there's many wills of the Most High, man. Right now, what's His will? Just study and get this knowledge. Right? Study and become a better person. Study and become a productive member of the Israelite society. Right? And what do I mean by productive member? Well, you know what I mean. Study to teach. Right? Study to be an example. Brothers and sisters. Right? Go ahead.
For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come.
Go ahead.
And will not tarry.
Right.
Now the just shall live by
You
faith.
see that? The just shall live by faith. But remember when we read up the word confidence, or we look at the word confide? It said to have faith in the thing that you have a faith in this fidelity. Y'all remember that? Right. You're having faith in the fidelity that is not going to betray you. Right? So read it one more time.
Now the just shall live by faith.
By the faith in what? That the Most High is not going to go against His word. That He'll bring us that safety, that peace, that joy. All the things that you're looking for in the vehicle, the woman, the house, the car, the clothes, the club, the drugs, right? All the things that they're looking for in the world, and they're putting their faith and trust and confidence that those things are going to deliver. We got to have even more faith that the Most High is going to deliver. But off what? Have we not been persuaded that He will? I'm persuaded. I believe. Go ahead.
But if any man draw back,
Right.
my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
Go ahead.
But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the
The
soul.
son of perdition. What did he believe in? What's the one thing he asked for before he dipped off? What was it? You got to read that story. What did he ask his dad for? Yeah, give me my money. Give me my inheritance. Right? I don't want to live off your rules. I don't want to live off the spirit. I don't want to be taught. Right? Give me the money so I can go build myself up. That's going to carry me. Then he got the money, and what happened? What did it say he did? It said he lived riotously, right? And squandered off all the inheritance. And then had to go do what? Papa, I'm sorry, right? He had to go back to Papa. He had to go back to the secure, to what was going to be his stability. But what does it say? We're not them that draw back to perdition. We're not chasing money, clothes, cars, women. We're not chasing those things, the carnal things, and feeling like that's going to be our claim to fame, or to get to live a life, to live a decent life. It's contingent on those things. You see that? Go ahead. Right, go from there. I got not a lot more. Go from there. Go to Isaiah. And this is what we got to remember, man. When we go to Isaiah 31:1, when we put our trust in these things, this is the end result. I think I've been saying it, but here's the scriptures to back it up. Read.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1.
Right?
Woe to them that go down to Egypt
Right.
for help.
Yeah, listen, this government ain't going to help you. This political system, the court system, right? The police, your money, your clothes, your education. It ain't going to help you. He said, woe to them that go down to Egypt. This bondage and slavery, this spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom is not going to help. So you could put, financial freedom. Tried it. Court system. Tried it. Right? They got more Asian crime laws than they do laws for black folks. Right? They got more Jew hate laws, Jewish people hate laws than they got for black folks. And they weren't getting lynched and bit by dogs and fire hoses. We were. Right? But he said destruction. Whoa, read.
And stay on horses.
Right?
And trust in chariots,
Right?
because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong.
Right?
But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Most High.
Go to Job 31 and 28. Somebody else get me Job 8:13.
Job chapter 31, verse 28.
Go ahead.
This also were in iniquity to be punished by the judge.
Yeah, man. Going back to that Job, what did he say? If I trusted in my gold, right? If I trusted in the choice gold and said that my arm did it. If I looked at the sun, the moon, the stars and got enticed, right? Just recapping, he said that was an iniquity to be punished, man. Those things are going to bring forth a punishment that you're going to be like, damn, where'd that come from? He said it's going to be swift, and you ain't going to see it. You're going to be confounded. Go ahead.
For I shall have denied the power that is above.
See, and that's what happens when you put your trust and confidence in anything other than the Most High. You literally deny Him. You deny that He is and that He's in everything. And that He can do all. I can do all things in Yahweh Shai that strengthened me. Right? When you put Him to the side, you literally deny that He can't do all things in your life. Right? I got bad health. Well, listen. Read the Bible. Man, what's that going to do? That ain't going to help. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It's going to teach you a few things. Right? I got bad thinking. Man, Christ, I'm just so wicked. I'm just so evil. Nothing can help. Man, read the Bible. No. Nah, the Bible, what's that going to do? Right? You can deny Christ, deny the wisdom, but what's going to be the end result? Where you at?
That was the end of 28.
Go to Job 8:13.
This book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 13.
Somebody else get Acts 12 and 21. Read.
So are the paths of all that forget God.
Right?
And the hypocrites' hope shall perish.
See, the hope is good. Your hope perishes. He said hope for the good, but sometimes we hope in what? And I hope she's with it. I hope this, I hope that. We place our hopes in the wrong things. That's why they perish, because you're putting it in the carnal. You're not putting your hopes in the spirit. Go ahead.
Whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web.
You see that? You know how easy it is to decimate a spider's web? All you gotta do is hit it with some water. All you gotta do is take it, yeah, you blow on it. Take it from one corner, that web is done. It'll just shrink up. It's showing you it's just easy to destroy that hope if it's not placed in the right things. Go ahead.
He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand.
Yeah, see? My house, my four walls, right? My gated community. Yeah, but when the house is sinking in and the damn foundation is moving, what's the gate? What does the gate matter? Right? When the ceilings is flooded, the walls is dirty, the door is falling off, when the garage, right? When you can sit back and, damn, nothing works. What the hell does anything matter? What does the house matter? He said you're going to lean up on it because you should be able to lean up on your house, right? But it falls. Go ahead.
He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure.
And you're trying to sit there and maintain and do all these things and fix this and patch that, but it's not going to endure the test of time because nothing endures the test of time except for the Most High. Go to Acts 2:21. This right here is one of my favorites. Acts 2 and 21. You want to be the voice of God, right? You want to be the Most High.
God.
You want to forget Him? Go ahead, read it.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall.
Acts 12 and 21. I'm sorry. Acts 12 and 21.
Acts chapter 12, verse 21. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne.
Right, and it's funny, Shamshon was bringing this out a couple of weeks ago. When you go into what Herod was wearing, it said he went and got a damn suit. You read in Josephus, he went and got a suit of silver. He had a whole silver garment on. and the dude was glistening in them streets, right? And nobody was trying to mess with him, and he threw this garment on, and all of a sudden, oh wow, wait, hold up. This dude's the man. Go ahead.
And made in oration unto them.
Right.
And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God.
Right.
And not a man.
They, just based off of what this dude was wearing, they're like, man, this guy's a god. Right? This dude is a god. He's a deity. But what happened? Read.
And immediately.
Wait, 5 minutes later?
And immediately.
30 years down the line, high blood pressure?
And immediately.
Read.
The angel of the Lord smote him.
Right.
Because he gave not the Most High the glory.
Yeah, man. He didn't step back and say, wait a minute, I'm not the voice of God. I'm just a man. The Most High gave me the ability to throw on the gear and do all these different things, but don't trust in the apparel. Don't trust in me. Don't trust in my voice. Right? Trust in the word of the Most High. He said that he dropped Herod. Go ahead.
And he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost.
Right. Go from there. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 8.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 8.
And then somebody else get me Proverbs 14 and 26, and that's going to be it. Go ahead, read that.
What hath pride profited us?
Right.
Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us?
And that's the question we got to ask, man. Like the pride, the trusting in your own mind, right? Or trusting in man. The vaunting, the boasting of riches and trusting in those. Think about the world. What has it gotten the world? Not just us. Look at the world. If it was about the riches and the pride and the I'm the God and I'm the man and I'm this, then how come we're not living in a utopian society? How come it's not utopia? How come we're not already in the heavens, floating with the angels? How come that relationship didn't work out? How come this broke down? How come that didn't last? How come you got to put money into this 50 million times? How come the drive shaft fell out? Right? How come the clutch pedal keep raking? How come this? How come right? If those things were going to be our safety, right? Even the jobs. Some people, we didn't talk about that. People with their jobs. That's my safety, my safety net, my umbrella, my golden parachute, my safety net. But bro, when the Most High takes the ability for you to perform the job, then what you gotta still do? You gotta have faith in Him. You gotta believe and put your confidence in Him that He's gonna bring forth the next endeavor, the next move, and keep you in that safety. Right? Go from there. What did I call?
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 26.
Go ahead.
In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence.
See that? The fear of the Lord is confidence. Strong confidence. Understanding His ability. Right? To do what? Bless, to curse, to bring things forth, to recharge you. Have you not heard? Have you not seen? Right? That fear to know, like, wait a minute, if I go anywhere else, I'm going to be let down. Because man is going to let you down. Flesh is going to let you down. Carnality is always going to let us down, man. And listen, as much as I try not to, I'm going to let y'all down. In some way, shape, or form. What am I not going to do? I'm not going to answer your phone call fast enough. Or your text fast enough. I'm not going to call you enough. I'm not going to check on you enough. I'm not going to agree with you in a moment that you feel like I should agree with you. I'm gonna check you. I'm not gonna laugh with you when you think I should laugh. I'm not gonna cry when you think I'm gonna let y'all down. Cause I'm a man. He's gonna let y'all down. He's gonna let y'all down. Cause Zion, we're gonna let you down in that way of not being able to be like the Most High and just be perfect in everything that we do. Y'all get that? Go ahead.
And his children shall have a place of refuge.
Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life.
Right.
To depart from the snares of death.
Yeah. We got to be going to that fountain, putting our trust in those waters, and not trusting in all the other little murky, sharky waters that we try to dip our toes in. I'm gonna dip my toes over here in this water. It looks good, right? We're gonna go to the clear pool, that clear water. But any questions on that?
There was a question on the online.
There was a what?
Question online.
Really? How come I'm not getting them? Oh wow. So how can gay people stop liking men if we can't stop liking women? Being gay is not a choice, though. Wait, what? Huh?
Oh, we're not talking about being gay?
Sean, Sean, you know that's a choice. You know that's a choice. Come on, man. It's a choice because this is the thing. It's so prominent. This is a whole different topic, but it's so prominent that it seems like it's not a choice. That's part of the bamboozlement. That's part of the bamboozling, is making us think like, oh, they were born that way. Well, watch. Let me show you that they weren't born that way.
Oh, can I get one just this?
Yeah, what you got?
Go to Deuteronomy real quick. Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 19. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 19. And this is how you know that it's a choice, right? This was after, you know, Moses gave us the laws. Moses did all these different things, right? And it's Deuteronomy chapter 30. So this is after he read. This is after, of course, Deuteronomy 28, where he told you if you listen and keep the commandments, you'll be blessed. But if you don't listen, you're going to be cursed, right? So just in that's a choice. You could either listen or not, right?
Right, and we went over that last Sabbath class. Mm-hmm. Right, go ahead.
Read verse 19.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
So the way that Moses set before us life and death, he gave us all the commandments. That was the life. When you read through Leviticus, through Numbers, through Deuteronomy, you're getting a whole bunch of commandments. You're getting a whole bunch of do's and a whole bunch of don'ts. That was the life that was set before us. Deuteronomy chapter 28 was going to be the repercussions of not doing of whether you do the life or whether you do the death, whatever you choose, right? So read on.
Blessing and cursing.
So he laid down before us life and death, blessing and cursing. Go ahead.
Therefore, choose life.
Therefore, do what?
Choose life.
See, that's a choice.
Fighting in the flesh.
That's why you're able to choose. Every commandment that we read about in Leviticus is a choice. So when he said that a man shall not lie with mankind as with a woman, that's a choice. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's telling you to be able to choose life. If it wasn't a choice, then it wouldn't have been worded the way it was worded.
And it wouldn't even be fair how the Most High judges them if it wasn't a choice, because then it's like, well, if I'm created this way, then how can you judge me? How can you judge a thing that's created wrong? Well, let's go here real quick.
Oh, I got another one too.
Go to Ecclesiasticus 7 and verse 29.
Fun.
Right? Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Ecclesiastes in the Bible 7:29. If it wasn't a choice, then you couldn't judge that. Right? You couldn't judge that if it wasn't a choice. But the reason why the Most High can cast judgment and have laws, do's and don'ts, is because he didn't create us to do that. Watch, read on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29.
Right?
Lo, this only have I found.
Go ahead.
That God hath made man upright.
He has done what?
God hath made man upright.
Right, upright in his doings and his thinking. Go ahead.
But they have sought out many nations, many inventions.
But they did what?
But they have sought out many any invention.
Homosexuality is an invention of man. That's something that man sought out. When you read in Romans 1:26, he tells you. We can go there. Watch. Go to Romans 1:26 real quick. 1 and what do we want? Acts. Go to Romans 1. Start at verse 20. Let's see. It shows you that just off what's going on. Yeah. No. 25. Check this out.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
Right?
Who changed
Who
the
did what?
truth? Who changed?
Who did what?
Who changed
Huh?
the truth?
Say it again.
Who changed?
Right. See, something was changed. That's why he's asking. That's why he's saying God gave them up to uncleanness through their lusts and of their what? Read verse 24.
Wherefore, the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness
Right?
through the lust of their own hearts.
You see that? Their own hearts created homosexuality. The Most High didn't make the Sodomites. He didn't make them homosexuals. When you read, even in the Josephus, it said that they actually served the Most High, the Sodomites, and then they changed from being pious towards the Most High on account of what? On account of their riches and their gain, and then they started to change the way they operated. They changed. The Most High didn't create them to do that. So just dealing with the Sodomites, and then, again, this has been pushed out there so vigorously, and just at a high level that now you're thinking like, oh yeah, we're born gay. They tell you that there's a gay gene, but who's telling you that there's a gay gene? Who's telling you that you're born homosexual? When you can go to the 30-year study of how formula was turning little boys gay. It was so much estrogen being pumped through that soy milk that it was turning little boys effeminate and gay. Where, look at all them women that, I don't need no man. All the I don't need a man women that had little boys. Well, look at their sons. Those are the ones that's on that gay agenda. Those are the ones that's chopping it off and tucking it in. Those are the daughters that are now switch hitting and bull dyking. They chose that. They chose that based off of the circumstances that we decided to fall into. What was that?
Again, all you have to do is just sit back and just look at the spirit that's on them. All it is at the end of the day is the spirit. Just like any spirit that comes on anybody, that person had to let that in.
Yeah.
Is the same spirit. You can see a spirit that's on them. I was watching, when you watch Snowfall, when you watch Jerome, the guy that plays Jerome, he does a good job in playing that role, in my opinion. He embodied the spirit of like an 80s gangster.
Yep.
And when you look at him in real life, the spirit that he has on him in real life is like this businessman you never would have thought. He did a very good job of embodying that spirit, right?
Yep.
So I just bring that out because you can see it. You can see the spirits that be on people. So, but people choose to let that spirit in. When you look at the homosexual spirit, at the end of the day, it's just a lust spirit.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you look at them, look at the way they dress and carry themselves in public. It's a high level lust and a high level pride spirit that's on them. It's a bad mixture of pride and lust. And when you just look at the way that they carry themselves, you can see it. You can see at the end of the day, all it is lust.
Just like the men that go to jail, and while they're in jail, they're laying with men. Right? And then as soon as they get out of jail, they get with women. Why? Because they're choosing not to be celibate, and they're choosing to fulfill that lust. And they'll say it, I ain't gay, I'm just gay in jail. It's like, huh? So you can turn that off and on like a light switch? Well, yeah, some of them can. That's why you have something called a bisexual, where they, or a pansexual, or a bisexual. Now they put like all these different titles to it. But you said something. You said, how can gay people stop liking men if we can't stop liking women? Go hang out with enough gay people for long enough, and you'll forget about women. Just go hang out with a bunch of gay people, and you'll see. Or teach a baby, train the child up to about 5, 6 years old. Show a little boy that, women, he should be with women. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Let him get to that maturity. And then go throw him in a house with a bunch of faggots and see what happens. He'll forget about everything you trained him in, and he'll become whatever he's around. So, yeah, you can definitely forget and stop liking women if you're tossed in that situation and you open yourself up to it, is what I'm saying. Right? I'm saying if you open yourself up to those possibilities and you start inquiring, he said it. Read 24.
Romans 2:24.
Right?
Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness,
right,
through the lust of their own heart.
Right, so the Most High stopped going to bat for them because the uncleanness in their heart moved the Most High out of the equation, like the whole class we just went through. The uncleanness in our hearts does what? It pushed the Most High out the way, and now you all about cars and clothes and hoes and this and that.
Yeah.
Well, they were about other men's butts. Read on.
To dishonor their own bodies,
right,
between themselves.
Right, go ahead.
Who changed the truth of the Most High,
right,
into a lie,
right,
and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever.
26.
For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Well, the Most High didn't have to really do anything but step back. The vile affections were already there.
Yeah.
So when he says he gave them up to vile affections, meaning what? The Most High couldn't correct that out of them because they didn't try to deal with the Most High. Right? The Most High is not going to give us up to evil. He said he don't tempt with evil. But what he does do is say, oh, okay, well, that's what you want. Well, then guess what? Have at it. Do what you want. That's a choice. Read.
For even their women did change.
Did what?
Did change.
Did huh?
Did change.
Did change from what? From being straight to being lesbian. There was a change. It was a choice. I'm going to go change my clothes. Well, that's a choice. So even their women did change. Go ahead.
The natural use.
The what?
The natural use.
What's the natural use of a woman? Well, to be with a man. Right? The change in the natural use now, a woman with a woman. Watch, it's going to tell you. Read on. Into
that which is against nature.
See that? Because to be with a man is against nature. You don't bring forth life. To be with a woman and a woman don't bring forth life. A man and a man don't bring forth life. 2 pluses ain't going to make a positive or a negative. Right? 2 female parts ain't going to do nothing. They don't connect. Even... Listen, even in your tools, go get you 2 female parts on a water hose and see how much water you get. You're just gonna be rubbing parts.
You're gonna be trying to hold
right?
it
You're
together.
gonna be trying to hold them together to get the water through, because female and female don't connect to make that bridge. Male and male, 2 male parts don't connect. It's against nature, the natural order of things. Go ahead.
And likewise, also the men leaving the natural use of the woman.
See that? The men leaving the natural use or nature, things that occur just on its own.
Yeah.
Men left off of that and changed and went where? Read.
Burned in their own lust one toward another.
Yeah, you see that? Go ahead.
Men with men.
Now, I mean, the Bible is telling you that it was unnatural for man to be with man. That we weren't created like that. We were created upright, but man sought out, how do I accomplish this man-on-man love? How do I accomplish this woman-on-woman love? And then, you know what? How do we make it to where like nobody can judge us? Oh, well, we're just going to tell everybody that we were born this way. We're just going to tell everybody, come on. Don't y'all remember at one point when homosexuality was categorized as a clinical disease, mental disease, and then here comes the LGBTQ plus, and they fight for the change to say no, it's not a mental disease. You're judging us,
Right.
just like being a hoe, right? Now you can't talk to a woman that's a hoe and tell her that she's a hoe because you're slut shaming me.
I guess being a hoe is not a choice. It's not a choice. She's born that way now too.
Yeah,
You
like
look at it the same.
you can say that a woman is born she's a hoe. She was born that way. Why? Because she get it from her mama, right?
You know, one thing on all that, those people are, a lot of times something happened to them when they were younger.
Yeah.
And then that hurt. It's like a class, I think that one brought out, hurt people.
Yep.
So they were hurt. Now their whole mission in life is to taint and hurt other people. So they push that agenda. It's like, I want people to go through what I went through. I want people to be on my side and be like how I am.
Experience what I experience, feel what I feel. But the point is, just on the question, you can always change over if you want. Just like you can go from serving the Most High to go back in the world, and vice versa, and flip flop and be double-minded.
Think about what's his name? Didn't the one actor, Murphy? Didn't he started doing
Eddie Murphy?
messing with men?
Eddie Murphy, yeah, he definitely got a
He
tranny
got tired
or two.
of women.
He definitely got ran up with a tranny or two.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Malik Yoba. If I'm not mistaken, Malik Yoba got a whole family, had a wife, kids, and all that. But then guess what he chose to go do? Deal with trannies.
Listen, man, I was I was riding to work one day and I was listening to 97, and they had a segment where women were calling in talking about how they're finding out that their husbands is
Gay?
yeah, like
Down low.
they have side dudes.
Down low, down low.
You'll be
Yeah,
very surprised how many of them it is.
and that's not even a new thing. I remember being in Philly and listening to the radio station, like the late night,
Yeah, I was
Quiet Storm.
huh?
Quiet Storm.
I don't know what it was, but bro, you know how many cats was coming on, like the same thing, like cats coming here talking about how they like their woman to do certain things to them, and they be creeping off with men, and I don't know how to tell her. And I loved it in her, but I loved it in him too, and it's all a choice. It's all a choice, man.
Can I get one more?
Yeah, of course. That's it on that.
Go to Romans chapter 9 and verse 20. Because you know one thing that Esau did a very good job of was making people think that it was a choice. You know what I'm saying? You'll watch people that were very adamant against it, but then you start to see them kind of break down, and when they break down, that's what they'll say, people were born this way. Wasn't nobody born like that. The Most High made everything pure and upright, like Patazat went to. But check this out. Read Romans 9 and 20.
Book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High?
Go ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me
You
thus?
see that's a question, and that's what a lot of homosexuals ask. Why did you make me this way? They like to ask that to the Most High. Like I'm a girl in a boy's body, or I'm a boy in a girl's body.
It's like the 30-year-old man that associates as a 5-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
So was he born like that? So this is a 40-year-old man that has to dress up like a baby in a diaper because what is it? Association?
Associates with that.
He associates as a He identifies as a baby in a diaper.
Yeah.
So was he born like that? Or is that not a choice for a grown 50-year-old man to wear a diaper and suck a pacifier and poop in the diaper? I mean,
It's a choice. Read the scripture again.
Romans chapter 9 verse 20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High?
Go ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
And that's a real question. How can anybody ask the Most High, why did you make me this? That's what homosexuals do. Why did you make me a man when I'm really a woman? Why did you make me a woman when I'm really a man? You see what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to think about something. I like going to the scripture because we really go to it. I want y'all to think about something. It's dark right now. Look outside, look at the stars, look at the moon, look at the sun, look at the trees, look at the water. Just look at the Most High's creation and see how he ain't messed nothing up. So how the hell did he mess you homosexuals up? He created the earth. He created the whole earth. Created the ocean, created animals, everything that rolls in a natural ecosystem in nature naturally. He made that. So why is it that we like to act like the Most High messed up humans? Like the Most High messed up people. I was looking up something and people like to say like you'll see animals engaging in homosexual behavior. I have never seen it. I haven't, and if it happens, it's super rare, but you don't see it. It's not a common thing. But why is it so common with humans? You go to the mall, you don't see it. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a being gay. Being gay is not a choice. It is a choice. The Most High made every man upright, like He said. He didn't mess a man up, or He didn't mess a woman up. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
I think they got it.
Yeah.
I think they got it. I mean, y'all got that, right? Yeah, remember, what are we putting our trust in? The word of the Lord or what?
And that's how you started the podcast. Perfect.
Yeah, what are we putting our trust in, man? The word, or are we putting it in what the white man is trying to feed us to keep us
One last thing, man.
confounded?
Just look at Dwayne Wade's son. Y'all don't see. Well, how old is he? Like 12?
Something like that now. Yeah.
You don't see that that's a lust spirit, because you don't even see 12-year-old little girls move like that. Well, why is it that you'll see a 12-year-old homosexual boy move like that when you don't even see a 12-year-old girl move like that, do the things that he's doing? You don't see 12-year-old little girls kissing on their boyfriends and posting it. You see what I'm saying? But he's allowed to do that. It's actually a girl, but.
Oh, because they're in a
But
transgender, gay, straight
the
relationship.
girl now thinks that it's a man. Like, come on, man. The Most High don't make mistakes.
The girl thinks it's a man?
Well,
Yeah.
what it is Dwayne Wade's son is the woman, and the person that he's with was a girl that transgendered into a boy. You see the confusion? So the Most High don't know nothing that he did. The Most High don't got no control over. I mean, you just got to see it. It doesn't make sense. But remember, we got choices. It's all a choice. This whole life is about choices, and choose you this day, life and death.